Hi guys, welcome to Buki's Kitchen Muse. Today I'm sharing a recipe that was requested by my followers on Instagram. Now, the other day I posted a picture of this recipe. It was the Mongolian beef sauce. I posted it with rice on my Instagram page and I asked if I should do a recipe video and people said yes, please do it. And I promised that I would, so here it is. It's very easy, it's quick. It's one of those things you can make on a weeknight when you just come back from work because it's super quick. It will take you 15-20 minutes tops, I promise you. You need a very few ingredients, but you have to have some things at hand. These are very important. If you don't have them, this sauce won't come together, unfortunately. So if you want to see how I make my Mongolian beef sauce, please keep watching. So for the Mongolian beef sauce, we're going to need some beef, we'll need some oil, we'll need some brown sugar, some corn flour, some light soy sauce, some chopped garlic, some ginger, and some spring onions. That's for the ingredients. Now the other things that we'll need is the mallet. If you don't have a mallet, you can use a rolling pin, you can use a bottle. This is just to flatten out the meat so that when you slice it, it's easy to cook and it's tender and you don't have to cook it for too long. That is where this comes in. I also need a Ziploc bag. This is where I'm going to put the beef and then seal it and then try to flatten it with the mallet. So I'll show you how I do it. So the first thing I do is to prepare the meat. I usually use a Ziploc bag and just arrange the meat depending on how thick the meat slices are. So all you want to do is just hit it a few times just to flatten it a bit before we slice it. So now that all of the meat is flattened out, the next thing we're going to do is to slice it really thinly. So the next thing I do is to transfer the meat slices back in a bowl and then sprinkle some cornstarch. So when it's all covered, this is what it's going to look like. Now we'll set this aside and then I'll mix the rest of the ingredients in a separate pot. So next, in a saucepan, I'm going to pour the soy sauce, the brown sugar, and the chopped garlic in a pot. I'm going to mix this and then put it on medium heat to start to cook. While that is cooking, I'm going to start to fry the beef. So the next thing I'm going to do is put some oil in a frying pan. When the oil is hot, I'm going to start to place the beef. I'm going to grate some ginger. If you don't want to do it this way, you can do it in a deep fryer if you have one. And you don't have to worry about turning it on both sides to get both sides fried. So I'm going to fry it on one side for 2.5 minutes and then turn it and then fry it on the other side till it's golden brown. Now that all of the beef is fried, I'm going to get rid of this oil. And in the same frying pan, I'm going to pour this soy sauce mixture. I'll let it continue to cook here and then I'll add the beef. The corn flour from the beef is going to help the sauce thicken. So this is what it starts to look like. When your sauce is a little thicker than it was when you started, then you know it's coming together nicely. So you just leave it for another 1 minute for the sauce to reduce a bit more and your Mongolian beef is ready. I told you guys this sauce was really easy to make. It took me all of 20 minutes from start to finish to make it. I hope you guys are going to try out this recipe. It's super quick, it's easy, it's tasty. It is super tasty. Trust me when I tell you, you know I like food, so I know these things. This sauce is super tasty. Please try it out and let me know what you think. For those of you on Instagram, say I fulfilled my promise like I told you I would. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done that, and please follow me on Instagram. You guys are missing a lot. Follow me on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook, and I hope to see you in my next video.